Hey, what is good, my fellow YouTube fam? It's your boy Aaron speaking, and I actually lost my little mic that I put like on my shirt or whatever, so I can't find that shit. But so yeah, we're going ghetto status with the rubber band on here. I just wanted to come out here and talk about this new Juice WRLD documentary that I saw last night, and man, it's 2 hours long. So I was like, excited about that. Like, let's go. A whole 2 hour. There's probably going to be so much rare footage on here and so much behind the scenes shit. A lot of it is probably going to be hard to watch, and bruh, I was right. Like, a lot of that footage, man, I don't know if you guys seen it. I'm definitely going to spoil a lot of shit, and it's only on HBO Max. I'm not sure if, some of you might have it or not, but basically the entire thing is a lot of behind the scenes footage, like right before he goes on stage, a lot of just random videos of him being in the studio or in the room just chilling, playing some Xbox for like an hour before he has some shit to do. The overall theme of that documentary is this: non-stop, like, just he blew up so fast and it was going so quick. Like, I can't even imagine being just a regular person to just, like, even Ski was saying it at the end. He went from, I guess he just came out of nowhere, and in a matter of just like 2 years, he made such an impact. It's kind of crazy, bro. Like, he was competing with Drake, Post Malone, like all these people in the top 5 like hits, millions and millions of streams, bro. Watching that was a reminder of like, yo, what he did in such a short amount of time was insane. Like, there's so Benny Blanco, I Love McConan, Ski's in there, Cole Bennett he gives a very I would say like deep and powerful speech towards the end. I'm really surprised Trippie Redd is not in here. Maybe he refused to do it, I'm not sure, but he's not in this. I was shocked to see he's not in this. DJ Scheme, of course his girl's in there, and she's towards the end, and it's rough to see her at the end. But G Money, G Herbo, all the what's his name, Chris, the videographer. It's a hard watch, but it's bittersweet. You know what I mean? Like, there's behind the scenes footage of him. I forgot where. I think it was Camp, that little festival they be doing. I think it's LA. I'm not sure. But he goes up to Tyler, the Creator, and tells him how much like of an influence he was to him growing up. And Tyler is just, he's like, wow, that means a lot. Like, that was cool to see. That was definitely dope to see that moment. They shook hands and shit. That was dope. I think that was like 2018. There's footage of him from July 2018. I'm assuming Lucid Dreams broke all kinds of records or whatever, 6 million streams or whatever. He's like trying to pop a champagne bottle, but he don't know how to do it. That was pretty cool. There's a lot of, awesome moments that make you smile in this. A lot. But it's just, how the ending is going to be. You know what I mean? It's tough. The Kid Leroy, I'm not sure why he was so raspy with his voice. Sounded like he just woke up. He has sunglasses on. I don't know what was his problem. Maybe he was just like very sad to talk to the camera, which I understand. There's moments from the Death Race for Love tour. That was dope to see. A lot of those behind the scenes and shit, like right before he goes on stage, that was so cool, bro. Like, just seeing literally you're going through his life in this documentary. And I was like, man, I wish they kind of talked about his upbringing, like from a kid to now. I wish they did that. But then I thought about it like, this is a Juice WRLD documentary. Not a Jared Higgins documentary. You get what I'm saying? So I get it. It's Juice WRLD. Just him, just Juice WRLD, His mom is there. She said that she didn't understand, like, the impact that he made, that his music prevented them from committing suicide. And that was crazy to her, but she never really understood the music, like, it just wasn't for her. And then G Herbo he said something interesting too, because we're all thinking like, damn, like, there's so much footage in that shit that show him taking drugs. Like, people, like, the whole time you're just recording him killing himself. It's hard. It's really hard to watch, bro. there's a scene where he's popping like 5 perks, bro, at a time. You can see it on his tongue. That was so hard to watch, man. He's pouring up lean, and it's like you wish you could just take that all away as you're watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just pulling up the lean, and one of his homies, I think Demon, I forgot his name, bro. He's a dude, like, he looks like some Spanish dude with like tattoos. He was saying how they would tell him like, yo, he wanted to pour up a 4 in a soda can. That's 4 ounces in a soda can. That's what he wanted in a, you know, like, of lean in there. And then he would be like, bro, that's insane. But he would go, and then somebody else would tell him, yo, don't pour a 4 in there. Pour like 1 ounce. You know, Chris, his I forgot the full name or whatever, but his videographer said one time he left a pint of lean in a room, and like left, came back, and the pint was gone. And then he heard Juice WRLD and Ali fighting and shit, so he assumed that he must have drank the whole pint, bro. And like months before he passed, Ali was telling him to like slow down on the lean, but he would like sneak it. You know, he would do it behind her back, or when she was sleeping and shit. He would hide it in certain bottles or whatever. And that shit is just hard to think about, you know, because there's so much footage of him taking these drugs. And there's a part where he's like, oh, this perk is hitting, boy. And then he takes a bottle and like breaks another half and pops another one. And the cameraman's like, you just pop another one? He's like, oh, I popped the half. He's like, you want one? And it's just so crazy, bruh. It's so preventable, you know what I'm saying? But like I was saying though, G Herbo had a good point. He was like, hey, I did a lot of pills, I did a lot of lean, and I used to do it with him. Like, there's times where I'm happy, I do the same thing. Pills, lean, all that. When I'm sad, pills, lean, all that. He just didn't know how to like divide the two, you know? Like, he's just always on it. And they didn't know how severe it was, I guess. I guess they did, but it was such a fast lifestyle, you know? It's just crazy. They didn't think it would actually happen, you know? That would actually happen. Cole Bennett has a very powerful like speech at the end. Like I said, he was saying how somewhere right now somebody's playing Juice WRLD, you know? So his legacy is gonna live on forever. Not only was he such a talented artist, but he was such a great like human being. And it's just like, it's unfortunate, but Juice, like, it's crazy, bro. He says a lot that was very deep. And Ski was saying how they were talking about the abyss. He was like, yo, the abyss is deep, G. And the cameraman's like, what is the abyss? And he's like, oh, it's something me and Juice used to talk about. Like, whenever you're deep in depression, it's like hard to get out of that. You know what I mean? It's like, that's something that they talked about. There's just so much crazy footage, like him FaceTiming Young Thug when he's on a bike, and Young Thug is like, hey bro, that's a village right there, where the fuck you at? He's like, this my crib, boy, or whatever. He was saying how he just learned how to ride bikes, and Young Thug like, yo, you gonna get hurt, boy. Nah, that shit, man. Seeing him right before he goes on stage, before Rolling Loud New York, is crazy, because I was there, bro. I'm like, oh shit, I was fucking there. And then Ali talking about the day he passed. There's footage of them on the plane. Bro, honestly, the hardest thing to watch from this documentary was one of the last scenes with him. He has like a green sweater, and Ali is laying down on his lap, and he looks like he's gone, bro. Juice WRLD is gone, bro. He's literally talking, and as he's talking, he's like knocking out for mad long. And he wakes up like he's just laughing or whatever. And he dead ass shows him like all his perks that he has in his bottle. The cameraman's recording this whole thing, and it's so sad too, because he's asking Ali, oh, what do you want your last name to be? And she's like, Ali Higgins. And it's really sad, bro. And not only that, he has like a Nintendo Switch, and he takes the perks, chops them up, bro, and he's snorting it. I've never seen that. I'm not a doctor, I don't know much about perks. Look, I know it's a oxycodone and kind of like a Tylenol, but bro, that is so fucking dangerous, bro. His tolerance was crazy. On top of that, sipping lean, smoking weed, like, you know, the nicotine too with the Juul. It's just so many things combined. I've never seen people snort perks. I didn't know that was a thing. And Ali did it too. There was another scene there in the studio, and she has like $100 bill, I think, or in the car. She's snorting. I don't know if that was coke. It could have been coke, but it was definitely perks that he was snorting on that in that scene, and that's insane, bro. Like insane. What was your favorite? It was cool to see a lot of unreleased shit too. A lot of like them talking about like I Love McConan, all these people talking about how fucking talented he is and how he would dead ass do like 9 takes freestyling, bro. Just straight freestyling everything. That's the craziest shit to me. Like I remember back then like thinking like, oh man, Juice WRLD gotta be an industry plant. But he was so fucking talented. Like even Lil Bibby said this. He was like, yo, once I heard Lucid Dreams, all the little extra steps you gotta do to like make it was out the window. That's it. We skipped everything. We got Lucid Dreams. That's it. That's how much of a hit that shit was instantly. And that's how, yo, he would do like 9 takes and say, oh, pick the best one. And he would do a different version of a song 9 different times, like in a row. And there's actual footage of him just freestyling, bro. Like I remember he said in an interview that he did Death Race for Love in like what, a couple days, bro. It's crazy. He wouldn't sleep too, bro. He had no sleep. He said in an interview like, yo, I haven't slept in 4 days. How's that possible, bro? If I don't get at least 7.5 hours of sleep, I'm a zombie, bro. That shit is insane to me. Insane. That lifestyle was so fast, and he didn't even realize what he had, you know? Like when they did the tribute for him in Rolling Loud, like, so I think Benny Blanco was saying there was millions of kids like crying and like singing every single word. I don't even think he knew the impact that he was having, because he was just in the moment living that shit, you know? And it's so unfortunate, bro. So unfortunate. Man, I had no pen, no pad for this. I didn't know how I was gonna go into this, but it's still on my mind. It's still fresh, and I can't believe Juice is gone. I definitely shed a tear, especially at the end, man, where Ali was saying how he was sitting down and like she felt as if demons came out of him, and like he took his arms out and like called her name, and like he fell, started seizuring. Everybody didn't know what to do. There was blood coming out of his mouth, his nose. The cops like barely did anything. They started arresting everybody while Ali's on top of him screaming for help. And they asked one of his homies like, yo, like, did the ambulance come in time? He was like, not really. It wasn't really a priority. Like there was no urgency. The cops were like, oh, he's okay. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. His mom was saying that she got the call like 3 in the morning that he caught a seizure and he's in the hospital. Can you imagine that shit, bro? Oh man, who knows, man? Like his diet was probably really bad too. He probably rarely ever drank water like that. I don't know, man. It's sad. It's a very sad situation all around, bro. But let me know if you guys seen this. If you guys like the album, you know, maybe I'll do a video on that. I don't know. That album was alright. But yeah, I'll check you guys in the next video. Peace. RIP Juice WRLD, man.